You ever notice you meet somebody, the energy connection's super good. You feel fresh. You feel like alive, vitality. This is what drugs people, it makes them addicted, by the way, because it's heaven and hell, both, duality. But you meet this being and you're cool. She's cool. It's like there's no expectations. They're not working you. There's no jealousy or envy or possession or none of that stuff. You're flowing like you should be. It just flows. It's like the puzzle piece fits. And you're like, damn, what could go wrong? I just don't want nothing to fall on me. Ah, you see, that worked, didn't it? What could go wrong? And then a branch fell. Sometimes you guys catch those things. I miss it because I'm flowing, but that time I caught it. Like I've talked about, I've said something before. I pushed the envelope when talking about females, and then all of a sudden sirens went off or something. Sometimes you guys remind me of that. All right. So you have this really nice flow, this connection. And then what happens? Then after some time, all of a sudden these expectations come in. I expect you to sacrifice for me now. And she expects me to sacrifice for her, especially if there's sex. After sex, something happens. I've talked about that before. Sometimes it's often all downhill. All of a sudden now it's like, wait a minute, like if I was the woman, like I let you inside me. So now there needs to, like you owe me some things now. This was the sacred thing I let you do. For example, sometimes that's the inner dialogue that often goes unchecked. And sometimes the guy thinks, wait, I paid for you, I'm doing these things for you, I kind of own you now. I should be able to control you a little bit. I don't want you going out to this party or club or something because like I don't want you to go there. I just bought you a new blender, so like you shouldn't go there. Why? It's because of these labels. I'm a big proponent of not having labels. I was with a so-called girlfriend once, and she, I don't remember the context or what happened, but she said, but I'm your girlfriend, something like that. I said, no. I said, I wouldn't want to insult you like that. She was high enough. She didn't get it right then, but then later she told me, she says, man, I appreciate that. There was some synergy with that statement. There's something happens after you label these things. The mind wants to come in and label it. Or we're so conditioned by society. Society tells us, okay, you meet somebody, you're getting along, you need to marry them. You need to have the contract now. Let's go to the courthouse and get the contract and let's do this. And what happens a lot of times after that? It's the relationship is stifled, man. It's like suffocating now. It's like you're obligated now to spend time with each other. Before it was flowing. I could go hang out with my friends. I could go hang out with her. We could all hang out together or whatever. There wouldn't be this, this hidden guile underneath. Like I'm doing something wrong. No guilt tripping. Depends. It can still be there. For some people, like it depends on are you post-therapy or not? Okay. It also depends on, some guys like to create that though too. They want the girl to feel jealous and envious because then it gives them a feeling of superiority. Wow, look how and then they'll go do things to stimulate those feelings because they want to see it. Gives them a sense of like security, like, yeah, she needs me. All this mess that we go through as human beings. If we remove the labels, no girlfriend, no wife, no friend, don't call it anything. You're connecting with the person. You're just connecting. How's that? It's great. It's great. There's a real high level divine connection. It can't be boxed in, man. It can't survive like that. It's meant to be free spirited. Now the mind will say, yeah, but so what do you mean? You're gonna go sleep with everybody? And see, the mind brings it down to that level. That's why I'm talking like there's different levels of people, and depending on the level you're at would determine how you perceive what I'm sharing. My girlfriends never had to worry about me sleeping around because like I just didn't want to. Like it's too much work. Why am I gonna go sleep around? I can have sex with her. If she's not there, I won't have sex. Like who cares? I'm not a sex addict in that way. I was an edging addict. I like to get, we all got our thing. Now I'm not like those type of addictions. They're like repulsive. They take my energy. They used to give me energy. Now they don't do that anymore. So it's like when we're talking about this kind of connection, this kind of free-spirited divine connection, you can't box that in. You can't do it. It doesn't feel good. You can feel how once you box it in with the label, it like cuts its juice. You've just cut like 50% of the life force now. You've like made it into some mental paradigm now. And what comes with that are rules and regulations and sacrifices, and a lot of that, it's not spoken, but it gets revealed. Yeah, when you don't do something what the other person's expecting, then you realize what the rule and regulation was. They tell you about it. But they say, no, it's not a rule. Do what you want, right? And then maybe they'll hold the sex back, or they'll hold the affection back. You have to pay the price now. And you're like, that's not a rule. Like it feels like I broke the rule and now I'm like having to pay for it. So this kind of connection, it's sacred, man. Sacred things they can't have rules. Now, here's the other side though. Look, there's infinite angles to all these things. I can't touch on them all. So if I miss something, it's not like I don't know it or don't believe in it. It's just like I can't, like I'm spontaneously flowing for maybe 12, 15 minutes, and so I hit what I can hit. We all have our own destiny. God's playing through us all. The script's already been written. We're just kind of waiting and showing up. This show runs itself. Have you figured that out? We kind of show up and then find out like what our script is. Some people's script is to get married, and to have a family, and to have a relationship, and to have the girlfriend, boyfriend label. It gives some structure, some stability. Okay, that's how your destiny is playing like that. So there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm sharing when I make these videos, I share from my own experience. And so I don't have kids or a family. I never wanted to. And so I'm kind of going to be a little more focused on that in the way that I speak, because that's my experience. It's not that I think this is the only way and highest way. No, but it's my experience. So this is what I have knowledge in and experience in. The other ways that consciousness chooses to unfold in somebody's life, that's fine too. I know also how those things work too, but like that's not my experience. So I don't spend a lot of time talking about having kids and a family and all that entails. God has all different beings and people and characters that he's using to talk to people. So you listen to who you want to listen to, you take what you need, you leave the rest. But society really, I've said before, it's nice to get back to ground zero. I had to leave the country to do that. I went to India in some little village, and like it was like there's no rules or no nothing. And I got back to ground zero. All these things we absorb in society, rules and culture and conditioning, it like shapes. We don't know who we are. Like, what is the real authentic expression of my being? Like, I don't know, because I've been indoctrinated with so much nonsense that now I imagine to be true. This is the thing. People don't even know their condition. They just take it. If you're born in a certain culture and they have a certain religion, then you grow up thinking that's the only religion, because you've been conditioned to think that way. Another person grew up on the other side of the planet and they've had the same indoctrination. They also were indoctrinated and cultured in another way, an opposite way, and they think that's the only way, and then the two will go to war. It's all conditioning, man. All of it. God's inclusive. He's not exclusive. There's no one path. There's no one avatar or being or savior. There's so many paths back to the source. I couldn't begin to discover mine until I got rid of all the conditioning. And then I kind of got back to a ground zero. And then I could hear my own deeper, inner, subtle tendencies that have already been downloaded. You don't choose what you believe in. Belief is weak, also, by the way. You stay present with yourself and let those things be revealed. And then you find what you're attracted to organically, naturally. And then that's like, okay, this is my way. This is my so-called path that God made for me. It's tailor-made. Okay, cool. I'm flowing with that. And if that happened organically, you can't. It's impossible to curse someone else's path because you know like how it works. You're like, yeah, cool. This is your path. Like, okay, it's my path. Let's be happy that we're not all just cookie cutters and just act and talk the same way and believe in the same things and all that. Now here's the other thing though. I think I'm gonna make a separate video on this because, yeah, it's a lot to say also about that. Sometimes this real connection you have, I'll give you a teaser, all right? And then I'm gonna make another video. This real connection you have, you don't know how long it's gonna last, man. It's out of your hands. It can last a little bit. It can last months. Hell, it can last a day. Did you see that movie? That was a good movie. I can't remember the name. It's old. They made a sequel, but it's not so good. It's kind of a love story, but it had some intelligence in it. It wasn't all, flaky and romantic in an excessive way. Maybe One Night in Paris or something. What's the guy's name? He was in The Training Day with Denzel Washington. He was the white guy, the rookie cop. Anyway, he was in it. Oh, and then Gwyneth Paltrow, she was in it too. Okay, so they meet in France. They have this kind of connection we're talking about. Strong connection. And then, but they only have like a week or something, right? Because she's going somewhere, or she lives there, or he's going somewhere. Anyway, but they had that week, and they used it. They used it, and they enjoyed each other's energy, bringing them to life. Not that they were already stable too. That helps if you're already stable. But it was a great gift of an experience to have, and so. It was like the last night before he's getting ready to leave. And they're laying outside in the park or somewhere quiet in the dark. And then, the sexual energy starts to activate, because we're deeply biologically conditioned with that. You're with the girl and she's with you, and then after, if you get too, you start getting close, it's just natural. You want to keep melting, and finally have sex. So that was starting to happen. Now, I don't remember if it was him or her that said it, but they were both on point and agreed. Somebody, and I'm paraphrasing, something like, man, let's not ruin this. This is so good like it is. And they didn't. And then they made a part 2 movie, and yeah, see, they're like, oh, Hollywood, this first one did real good, made a bunch of money, can make another one and make money. You see, money corrupts things, makes things, you lose the whole point of it. I remember a little bit what happened on the second one, but it was weak compared to the first one. But still, the message that they were driving home, I'm gonna make another video on that. Okay, I'm gonna do that now. 14 minutes, we're good. I'll see you.